Minasan, welcome back for another round of One Piece. Last episode, last time, last set of chapters, last story. Luffy's quit. Yeah, he just said I quit. That's it. They traveled through the desert. Um, they joined the Stonecutters Club, the Stonecutters Club, and they crossed the desert. And yeah, we get to we find out about Sir Crocodile's main plans. Really nasty, really nasty. We saw the results of his dastardly scheme and what it did to the whole country of Alabasta. And Luffy's like, I quit. The man's had enough. I am not sure why. I'm assuming maybe he might have gotten tagged by Miss Golden Week again. Since that's what happened last time, she painted him, and he's like, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. But we'll soon find out. We'll soon find out. I probably am wrong. Alright, so let's not waste any time and let's get reading. One Piece by H. Oda, chapter 166, Luffy versus Vivi. Mr. Three stood before everybody with bandages on his face and head, wearing a weird cloak that was striped down to the tip. Operation Utopia. Can you wait a minute? He said, as everybody went silent, and Sir Crocodile's eyes slightly shifted to sound of fee. Mr. Three, Miss All Sunday said. How did you get into the secret underground place? Mr. Three, Mr. Two screamed. How on earth did you sneak up on us? I was instructed to get rid of you. Ugh, wait, Mr. Two, Mr. Zero said, putting the top dog on standby. And Mr. Three replied, I didn't sneak up on anybody. I just followed you from the Spider's Cafe. I hitched a ride behind the Bunchy. As he flashed back to riding a sleigh that was being towed by the very Bunchy everyone was carried on. Hello, boss. I've come to ask you to give me another chance. Since I wasn't able to complete my mission, it was only natural that Mr. Two would come after me, he said, looking down at everybody. So I changed the course and headed for the agent rendezvous at the Spider's Cafe. Ach, weren't you able? Hmm? Uh-oh. I feel like I'm. Hold on. Didn't I write down? Oh man, I wrote so many voices here. Okay, no, I did give him the Scottish voice. Mm. Ah, weren't able to complete the mission. What are you talking about? The Straw Hat the gang and Princess Vivi, he explained. They got away. And everyone screamed, they got away! They're still alive. They all screamed as Mr. Three walked down the stairs. Uh-huh. Ugh, what did you tell me on the transponder snare? Didn't you say you took care of those pirates and Mrs. Vivi? Transponder spell? What are you talking about? I never used the transponder spell on the little garden. And that's when Mr. Zero popped veins across his brow, and sweat slid down the side of his face. Ah, what? As he remembered hearing Sanji's voice. Hello, this is Restaurant Lick It Up. Would you like to make a reservation? And that's when Mr. Three slowly took a cigar put in his mouth, and he lit it up. Ugh, this is bad. So that's why the unluckies never returned. Everyone was silent with their arms crossed. All of them got their arms crossed. But at the least you got rid of the couple of them, did it, you know? Well, what? He looked in Mr. Three's direction with veiled in shadow, and his eyes as sharp as daggers. But the information is faulty. Mr. Three freaked out with his arms waving. There were four pirates, not three. There was a fourth one with a longer nose. I, Mr. Zero, Mr. Three screamed. What's this all about? I don't understand any of this. And that's when the wind laughed at everyone. Ooh. And that's when Mr. Two freaked out. I know, those pirates. Ugh, what? And everybody was horrified. On my way here, I met these guys. Him, and her, and him, and it. He pointed at each picture one by one. And this is Miss Wednesday. She's Princess Phoebe. You, you, you telling me there are enemies? He started slapping on the pictures. Ah, yes. Mr. Zero said, taking another puff of his cigar. They know my true identity. They must be dealt with before they can interfere with my plans. So you were correct, Mr. Three. There's one more pirate as well as an animal than reported earlier. We won't count the pet, but Vivi makes five, and we must assume that they've already entered Alabasta. Mr. Two, take photos of those faces. But the boss, number three said, I could deal with those five and the Phoebe. And suddenly, Sir Crocodile stretched his arm out and clenched Mr. Three's throat and tilted his head back. Ah, shut up, you brainless fool. Mr. Three, do you know why I gave you that position, do you? You're not strong like Mr. Four, he said. But I thought what you lacked in brawn, you'd make up with your ruthlessness. He started squeezing it tighter and tighter, and Mr. Three's eyes started to slowly bulge and lurch back as his mouth opened wide. But you disappointed me. There's nothing more pathetic than someone who fails at the crucial moment. What are you doing, Anne? Miss Miss Doublefinger said. He's he's dry. Oh, the arrows are pointing in the wrong place. That's right. He is drying up, and dried up he did, for his skin was as wrinkled as raisins. There was barely any meat to his muscles. He was all skin and bones as he gasped and coughed, begging for water. Water, water. And that's when Crocus pressed the button. Ah, have all the water you want. And the trapdoor opened, and he screamed, ah! And landed with a thud at the bottom of the floor. Then Sir Crocodile approached the window, and he tapped on it, and they looked at his giant gator swimming in the water. Ah, it's time to eat. And inside the tunnel, Mr. Three found himself before two directions. What is this place? I don't understand. It looks like I'm underwater. He looked at the aquarium with all the fishes floating about, and he didn't know where to go left or to go right. It's a huge aquarium, he realized as the crocodiles started swimming around, and he noticed one of them popping up inside through one of the tunnels that led to the water. It was so large it stared right at him. It's a banana get. No! Go! He screamed out as the crocodile returned to his seat and sat down as everybody remained quiet and listened on. Ugh, I underestimated that kid. Killing him once wouldn't be enough. Now listen, you. He presented the pictures. Burn these faces into the memory. They want to stop the rebellion. They'll be coming no matter what. But, Mr. Chu said, Mr. Zero, even if she is the princess, how can she possibly stop the rebels at this point? Ah, I've learned that Koza, the leader of the rebels, and Princess Nefertari were childhood friends. He took a long puff of his cigar. The rebels are 700,000 strong. She can't defeat them militarily, but the sight of her might soften the hearts. We cannot allow those two to meet. He raised his hook up and pointed out all of them. Some of my billions have infiltrated the rebel forces, dividing the time waiting to act. Viva must not contact with the rebel forces. Miss Sunday. Yes? This is urgent. Use the transponder snail to contact the billions in Nanohana. Order them to find those pirates and eliminate them immediately. Immediately. Say it very slowly. Immediately. And then he slammed his fist in frustration over his struggle of saying immediately. The princess must not reach Kotoria. Vivi and Koza must not meet. As you wish, um, Miss All Sunday said. Now go, all of you, he said as every one of them stood up. You'll be late for the party. It is the eve of our utopia. Nothing must thwart us. He smiled as Mr. Three's cloak slowly floated down in the aquarium, lacking Mr. Three himself. Leave it to us, boss, Miss Doublefinger said. We'll take care of it, Mr. Three screamed and pirouetted. Ah, have fun. Meanwhile, in the desert, Luffy continued sitting, all chilled uh, on the tree, the leafless tree, while the sun continued beating down on them. To which he was told, he was asked, "You quit?" Ah, what do you say, Luffy? Phoebe said. Ah, Luffy, we don't have time to waste on your whims. Move! You're going back, right? Luffy said. We have to go back and stop the rebels in Katorea. Otherwise, this whole country is going to explode into bloodshed. This is for Phoebe. Now let's go. Nah, dude, it's boring. Ah, boring, what you? Phoebe, Luffy said, looking right up at her as the crew trying to figure out what the heck is wrong with him. And Vivi responded, Yes? I want to kick Crocodile's butt. Ah. Stopping the rebels isn't going to stop Crocodile, Luffy explained. There's nothing we could do in that Katoera place. We're pirates. It'd be better if we didn't even go there. And everybody was completely silent. Sometimes he makes a lot of sense for an idiot, Sanji said. That's Luffy. And Phoebe immediately objected. But you think you could stop the rebels, dude, without anybody getting killed? That none of us and none of your people are going to die? Ah. Yeah. You see, we're up against one of the 7 warlords of the sea. 1,000,000 people are itching to fight, and you expect everybody to live? Nah, dude, that's not righteous. In fact, Phoebe listened on. That's naive. He used a big word. Oh. Ah, shut up, Luffy. Of course Vivi cares about her people. Nami said, wait, Nami! Ah, but... And that's when Vivi screamed, what's wrong with that? What's so wrong about not wanting anyone to die? Luffy winked. People die, dude. And that's when he got slapped by Vivi and he spun around across the desert floor. Shut up, don't say things like that, she screamed. Say that again, you'll be sorry. I'm trying to prevent bloodshed. She clenched her fist and towered over him. I'm trying to save the rebels and the royal army. No one in this kingdom is to be blamed. Why must any of my people die? It's all that crocodile's fault. Dude. Lesson's gonna have to be learned then. Alright. And he threw a punch right into Vivi's face and sent her flying across the desert floor. You're risking your own life for nothing, dude. That's not righteous. Luffy, stop! Usopp screamed. What you? Sancho was ready to jump in, but the two of them started tussling and tumbling over each other. Even I can see. What, dude? What can you see? What needs to be done here? And she remembered what Yuba said. Shoot, did I give Yuba's voice? Huh. Oh, wow. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Sorry, it's Toto's voice, not Yuba. We'll never surrender to the sands, Toto said. You can't do it all by yourself, dude, Luffy says. He kept on getting pummeled by Vivi. I have to! As she remembered crying, I'll never forget that man, she thought in her flashback. I don't care what it costs me, dude. Oh, wait, is that Vivi saying that? Oh, crap, I'm losing everything here. I'm losing the plot. I don't care what it costs me. Then let us help you, dude. We're Tomodachis, aren't we? She gasped and covered her mouth as tears started falling down. Tears, dude. I'm going to stop the rebellion, she remembered in her flashback. Even princesses cry. That's righteous. The truth is, you want to kick his butt more than anyone, don't you? And she broke down completely as tears started sliding down her fingers and hands, and everyone remained completely silent as they got the message. All right, dudes. So where do we find this crocodile? He said as he stood up to his feet and blood dripped off his nose. To be continued. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda, Chapter 167, Battlefront. Princess Phoebe presented everyone with the map, and she pointed at their next destination. This is the oasis of Rain Base, which lies north of Yuba. That's where we'll find Sir Crocodile. And she showed where they have departed from, Nanohana, the port city, to Erohalu, the ruined city, and their current location at Yuba. Not far from the north lies Rain Base, the city of dreams. It'll take a whole day to walk through the desert. Is there a water there? Anybody? Anybody? Chopper said as he panted with his tongue sticking out in his reindeer form. Yes, and it's a gambling town, so there aren't many rebels. Ah, cool gambling. Don't get any ideas, Zolo said with gritted teeth. At least there's still one fun place left in Alabasta. Sanji said. Gum, no way. Luffy screamed out as his arm stretched out with the barrel of water in hand, and everyone looked in his direction. Huh? Zola said. Give it a rest! Sanji screamed out. Can I just have one little sip? What good is water if you can't drink it? Usopp begged as tears welled down his eyes. No, dude. Give it. No, dude. Gum gum. No way. Give me. Oh. So the two continue. Usopp and Luffy continued struggling as he played keep away with the water. That dried up old man dug all night so that we could have this water, Luffy screamed out. We can't waste a drop. Ah, so now you're the voice of the strand, eh, Luffy? Nami said. What do you mean by that? Aren't I always? uh, as Usopp begged and cried for water, Solo started walking away from Mary. All right, let's get going. We have to hurry. Hey, north is this way. Sanji pointed out as Solo realized he was facing the wrong direction. As the day went on, the sun pummeled the entire crew with like punches, like boxing punches. Uh, Luffy and Usopp were gasping with tongues stuck out as they struggled to beat the heat. Mm. Solo looked at them. Stop groaning, you two. Oh, that's Nami. Nami says, "Ah, stop groaning, you two." Shut up, dude. You get to ride the camel. Yeah, let us ride. Camel hug. Nami hug. Ah, shut up. You're doing better today, Chopper. Solo smiled as Chopper walked along. I'm hanging in there, he replied as Sanji smiled. Hey. He took a lit of his cigarette and smoked.
Luffy,
What, dude?
thank you. I owe you a great deal.
Yeah? Then feed me.
What?
After I kick that crocodile's butt, feed me till I explode, okay, dude? And Vivi smiled.
Yeah, it's a deal. You have my word.
Mm. Meanwhile, at Nanohana, a young boy named Kappa, the shoe shine boy, um, screamed out. He was armed to the teeth with hammers and other bludgeoning weaponry, and it looks like grenades or some kind of shells as a bandolier. hmm. Hmm. Mm, okay. Blows. To which, uh, is that him? Yes, that is him. Uh, uh, to which the captain, Smoker, says, "No, why not? I have the right to join the rebel force." Oh no, this is Koza. No. Why not? I have the right to join the rebel forces if I want to. I have the king. I want to help you defeat him. Show him fell puffer. Yes, sir. Oh, Falafra. Falafra? Hmm. I'll give him that British voice too. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, sir. Falafra took his cloak off and revealed a missing shoulder, seared with a large scar, and his right hand completely missing down to the stump near the elbow. Oh, you see, Ko, uh, Koza said, he lost that battle, Hindu battle protecting me, and I must do him a favor. Well, shall I show you the hospital, the grails? That stuff doesn't scare me. And Koza's eyes twitched. He was frustrated. A friend of mine near Aramalu is sick. His village is drying up, just like Aramalu. It's all the king's fault for stealing the rain. I want to fight. Kappa clenched his fist and screamed out loud. I'm not scared of getting hurt or killed. What's there to fight for? Everything. Go home. We're not in the business for revenge. We're in the business for rebellion. And you're not like us. We are afraid, but none of us wants to fight. Then why do you do it? It doesn't make sense. Because we're at war. You, Kappa, you're not even close to being a capo. It's the will of the people. We don't want to fight, but we have to. This isn't your war, boy. Go home. But I said go home. This is no place for kids. Oh! And he runs off. Hopefully, never come back. What's wrong, Koza? It's not like you to yell at a kid like that. He reminds me of myself as a boy, and it makes me mad. I guess I haven't changed much. Did you get the weapons? Not enough. The Royal Army even controls the arms warehouses. Get word to our people everywhere. As soon as we have enough weapons, we're launching an all-out attack on Alabama, he said as the rebels stood at attention and prepared his orders. Oh ho ho! Silence! I said no. Alabama Palace. On a hot sunny day, the king screamed out loud at what he heard, uh, and immediately explained, "They hit us, so you want to hit them back. This isn't a squabble between children." But, Your Majesty, the kingdom is in peril. What of it? Are you suggesting that we attack our own subjects without even knowing the cause of the unrest? Then Alabasta would truly be lost. He stretched his arms out and reasoning with them. The people are the kingdom. Ever since that dance powder incident, someone has been stirring the people to rebellion. It is he that we must fight. But we have no idea who he is. He's in the shadows. We will be overthrown by him if we don't take the offensive. Sire. No, I cannot. His Majesty refuses to allow us to attack. Oh, okay, so that's Chaka and Pell. Where did I put the... Okay. Alright. Chaka and Pell. We can't do anything. Our shoulders grow restless. Yes. And Chaka remains silent. Pell the Falcon, Lieutenant of the Royal Guard of Alabasta, and Chaka the Chackle, Lieutenant Acting Commander of the Royal Guard of Alabasta, watched the king, watching over the king as he walked across the courtyard. No, I thought he was walking across the courtyard. Sorry, I thought okay. The panel. Panel threw me out. Sorry. Um, out in the courtyard, Chaka and Pell sat discussing about the king's situation here. If only Ingerham were here. Let it go, Pell. Hmm. I am leaving the country for a while, Igra. He would never betray the kingdom. He has a plan, as does Princess Phoebe. Well, he could have at least told us about it. Or doesn't he trust us? Chaka, Manga, Karo has returned! The steward yelled out, and Karu glugging on the barrel of water, lots and lots of bottles of water. Uh, was very much relieved to have survived the desert as Chaka read the note. Sire, this is terrible. Yes. They had finished. They confirmed the handwriting and the message. It's Phoebe's handwriting, all right. How could this be? This is a terrible shock. The king immediately planted his hand on his forehead as sweat protruded from his brow. Crocodile's a government official. I never suspected that he was that was behind it all. Frigaram. Pell dropped to his knees, knowing the fate of their friend. He gave his life for the kingdom. What courage. Phoebe says you fought family too. Well done, Karu. Chaka looked at the duck as he finished drinking the water and burped in relief. Is your wing hurt? Karu gave the presented the presented his wing with the OK sign. Let me have a look. Correct. And he gave a hand a steady chop to Chaka's hand. What's wrong? And he immediately shifted shifted his left wing. In his mind, however, as he goes quack, he remembers the vow they made to keep that bandage on, so as to not be tricked by by Mister Two. Chaka, the king said. At last we know our enemy. Ready our armies to march at once. He said as Chaka and Pell complied. Bivi and Agaram's sacrifices shall not be in vain. March on to Rain Maze. Crocodile must be stopped. But, sire, Pell said, Rain Base is too far away, and the enemy may have no intention of fighting us. The hearts of the people are with Crocodile. Forgive me, your majesty. Even more than with you. The king stood silent as he listened on. Attacking Crocodile now, Pell said, will only incite the rebels further. If we send our troops to Rain Base, Alabama will be defenseless. I don't care. He looked back at the two. If the rebels take this palace, as I said before, the people are the country. They went silent. Crocodile must be stopped, even at the cost of our own lives. Only then will the people be safe. But if we fight the rebels, Crocodile will have the last laugh. Your Majesty, Pell said. You're serious? Chaka stepped back with a sweat dropping off his face. Even if there is but one chance in a million. The king crossed his arms. We must take it. Crocodile must die. We're up against one of the seven warlords of the sea. It won't be easy. There's no way that blood won't be shed. Chaka, summon my officers and devise a plan of attack. Pell, go on ahead and scout the enemy position. And the two of them were surprised. To which Chaka thought, we underestimated the king. He's far from beaten. They shivered and felt the chill in their spines as they saw their king be king. And immediately they dropped down on one knee. We march at dawn. Yes, sire, they both screamed. Send every last soldier to Rain Maze. He crossed his arms, and his face veiled in shadow with a weird smile. A very weird smile. One of intentions. Yes, dark intentions. The rebels planned to attack the royal army at Alabama according to the map. while the Royal Army plans to attack Crocodile at Rain Base, according to the map. And Luffy and crew plan to attack Crocodile at Rain Base as well, according to the map. And in 17 hours, Baroque Works Operation Utopia goes into the action, not according to the map. As everyone, as the chess pieces are set, war will begin. To be continued. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda, Chapter 168, Rain Base, the City of Dreams. The sun continued to beat down, it sets, it rises. In 1 hour, Baroque Works will launch Operation Utopia. And as the Rain Base was sighted from the horizon, Luffy and the crew screamed out, "I see it! That's Rain Base!" Finally. Yeah, dude, let's kick Crocodile's butt. Not so loud, you two. Water!
Ah, crocodile.
She looked out at the city as Nami looked down at Usopp from the camel.
Ah, Usopp, is that thing I asked you for, Daddy?
That thing? Sanji asked. Ready, it's stupendous. And he presented it to them and stretched out. It was a pair. It was six cylinders. And with a smile on his face, he presented to everybody. Have a look. Just what you asked for, I call it. The climate baton.
Ah, the climate baton?
That's right. At first glance, they look like ordinary pipes, but you can combine them in different ways for different attacks.
Impressive.
First, and as he explained how to use the batons, Sanji took a long puff of his smoke with glistening sparkles in his eyes. Hey, Usopp, don't give Nami that dangerous weapon. Nami and Vivi don't have to fly hide. I'll protect them. Just call me Prince Charming. Ha ha. And to which Zolo replied, "Move it, Prince." "Watch it, Zolo!" Sanji screamed. Do you think Baroque Works knows we're here?
Probably. We know that Mr. 2 and Mr. 3 are here, so we can assume they know we're in Alabaster.
So what, dude? They know what we look like. We better be careful, Luffy. How come, dude? And Usopp explained, there could be Baroque Works agents anywhere in Rain Base. If they found out we're here, who knows what they'll do? They'll specialize in assassination, Solo explained. Yeah, let's kick Crocodile's butt. Were you even listening? So Usopp slapped the captain upside the head.
Actually, Usopp, I agree with Luffy. We don't have time to make plans. Ah, you're not afraid, are you, Usopp?
Nami said, I'm all ready to fight. Chopper concurred as he trotted along. You guys. Wow, Alabaster is a big city, making all of Luffy's crew look like dots in the desert. Rain Base, the city of dreams, where the casino with the crocodile's head towers above all, and people, visitors, and residents, uh, shopkeeps are all going about their days. And and who just happens to be there? Inside a cafe, inside a bar, is Smoker. Oh my gosh. And Kojiri. Mm, mm. uh, what I give oh gosh, it's been a second, hasn't it? Nojiko.
My Rain Base, Captain Smoker.
Call it a hunch. What da? Hooray! Water dudes. Luffy charged in and Usopp followed, screaming out, Water! Yeah! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. And that's not Nojiko. Sorry, I got the wrong name here. Where did I put the her name? Oh no, where did I put her name? Oh, there we go. Tashigi. Okay, yeah, Tashigi's fine. Hmm. Smoker took a puff of both of his cigars. There's something fishy about this country. It's like a giant shadow hangs over it. He explained as Usopp and Luffy slammed their hands on the counter. Water, dude.
Barrels of it. 5 barrels. You think Crocodile's involved with that crime syndicate?
Uh, Tashigi asked. Water, dude. Water. Luffy screamed out. I don't know. And he looked in their direction, both of them. I'm not sure how the princess and those straw hats are involved in all this either. We'll just have to wait until somebody makes a move. This water sure tastes good, dude.
Yeah. Let's hurry up and take some back to the others.
And suddenly, the two of them spat the water right into Smoker and Tashigi's face. As they realized who they were in the presence of. meanwhile, um, meanwhile, everyone was at a camel ranch. Was at a ranch, taking a rest and relaxing. Uh, Chopper walked away, letting them know, I gotta pee. I'll see y'all later. You think it was a good idea to send them? Sanji said. "Hmm,
Ah, it's just a simple errand. They'll be fine.
Nami replied as Zolo teased the camel. I don't know. Those two are magnets for trouble. Be ready to run. Fast. Very, very fast. And uh, back at the bar, Smoker, frustrated that his cigars had been are no longer lit, gave orders to Tashigi. After them, call for backup.
Yes, sir. Oh, how much do we owe?
She looked as she took out the purse, and the angry shopkeep let out a puff. You have to pay for those friends of yours too.
Sorry for that.
Dude, what's the Navy doing here?
How should I know?
Usopp said as they both ran with barrels of water in tow.
Just run!
And that's when Sanji looked in their general direction and saw the Navy coming right at them.
Yikes! The Navy's on their tail! Ah, they leading them right to us? Wait, Chopper's not back yet.
Leave him, Zolo said to Vivi. He'll be alright. Just run. Hey, dudes, the Navy's coming. Yeah, you led them right to us, you moron. And the chase began as the Navy pointed out with swords at the ready.
We'll get you this time!
One of the guards screamed out. They sure are quick at running away, the smokers said. uh, and Sanji led everybody into a dense crowd. If we keep running around town like this, Baroque Works is sure to notice. And sure enough, they did notice as they all looked up after hearing what Sanji said, with their swords ready to attack. Uh-oh, too late.
Then
Um, let's see. Oh crap, who is that? Is that the? To which Nami says,
then let's go, huh?
Dude, to Crocodile's Palace, Phoebe.
Right.
And that's when she pointed out at the casino, the Pyramid Casino up ahead.
There, see the building with the crocodile on it? That's Rain Dinners, Crocodile's Casino.
We should split up, Sanji said. Good idea, Solo agreed. Okay, dudes, we'll meet up later. And they split into multiple directions. At Crocodile's Palace. That's place. That's what I said, dude. They started slipping through the crowd, jumping over roofs, sliding in multiple directions, and the guards screamed out, "They split up after them!" And Luffy looked back at them with his tongue sticking out. "Catch me if you can, Smokeroo." Uh, this guy's gut. This got guts. You got guts, kid. You got guts, kid. Guts. I can't focus. They're driving me nuts. And that's when he unleashed his smoke attack. You can't run forever. White vine. And it caught Luffy as he held on tight to the barrels of water. Dude. And he was thrown right back as he inhaled his whole mouth. Gum gum. Balloon! And he inflated his whole body, splitting the smoke apart and sending it down onto the horses down below as they started freaking out. He landed on the ground as Smoker stood behind him. Phew, dude. Meanwhile, what's up? Huh? And Sanji immediately pointed Usopp to go with Nami. Protect Nami! What? I'll deal with these guys! Gotcha. Ah, Sanji. No, with that smoke jerk out of the way! You wimps are on your own! And he smiled and took a long puff of his cigarette. Bad luck for you! Meanwhile, on another part of town, Phoebe was all alone as she navigated her way through the crowd.
I hope Mr. Bushido's alright.
And she looked back as swords flew high into the air, and Solo with his two swords brandished uh, caught them off guard. Uh, her? He was shocked at who he saw. It was Tashigi. You call yourselves the Navy? Try again. And she stood there with sword at the ready.
Brother Zolo!
It's Sergeant Tashigi.
So we meet again!
She said with her glasses held up on her forehead. I've got no beef with you, he said. Our business is finished.
Finished? We never even crossed swords!
Don't look at me with that face.
Ah! What? Don't tell me what to do.
She started blushing in absolute anger. Crap, I can't fight her.
Hey, wait!
And he ran away. Meanwhile, Nami and Usopp were in absolute tears as they ran as fast as they could.
Ah! Ah, no!
It's them! Open fire! It was Baroque Works with pictures of their faces firing shots in their direction. Go away, Baroque Works! He pushed some barrel. Usopp pushed barrels in their direction as Nami jumped over the crates, and as they started rolling towards them, the billions screamed out, "What's this? Some joke?" Ah! As the barrels and crates completely tumbled all over them. Hey, it worked!
Ah, good job, Usopp. You did it.
And as they saw the entrance right up ahead as casino goers were entering the building, she pointed out at Rain Dinners.
Ah, look, it's the entrance. It's in the middle of the lake. Oh, are the others there yet?
And suddenly, just as they got to the entrance, three of the billions stood in their way with rifles brandished. Shoot them down! There's two first. Oh, the enemy!
Ah, no!
They both raised their arms off and freaked out as the enemy started firing. But before they even had a chance, Solo came in with a thrust kick on all three of them at once, knocking them over.
Ah, Solo. Wasn't David with you?
I sent her ahead. Isn't she here yet? He replied. Maybe she's already inside, Usopp said.
Ah, then we better hurry.
Dude. It's Luffy, Solo noticed Luffy running through the street at high speed. All that. Smoker says he flung his smoke. Smoke, smokes.
Oh, Smoke's with him.
Come on, you dudes, run inside. Here we go, crocodile. They all charged into the main entrance. Mm. Ah, Vivi and the pirates are here.
Yes,
This all Sunday said.
I just got word from the millions.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, go greet those fools.
Yes, sir.
She smiled, and they were ready for their fight. To be continued. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda, Chapter 169. The Kingdom's Strongest Warrior. Rain Dinners, the biggest casino in Rain Base. Surrounded by a large lake. It was in the shape of a crocodile merged with a pyramid, and the word casino brandished across the whole thing. Luffy and some of the crew made it inside, as Phoebe had yet to arrive, and Sanji as well. But with the infiltration successful, Luffy immediately threw his arms up in the air and screamed, "Crocodile, dude! Come on now!" Inside Rain Dinners, there was casino goers sitting before slot machines and cranking down the levers. People at the blackjack table and poker table, gambling their hearts out, as well as baccarat and and roulette and so on. And Luffy screamed out one more time, "Come out, dude!" And nobody paid attention. Nami and Usopp slapped him upside the head very hard.
Fool, you calling that loading him out? He's a hero here. You want the customers to tear us to pieces?
Then what do we do, dudes? Luffy looked back and with his fists clenched and ready to fight.
Wait a minute. Vivi's the only one who knows what he looks like. Ah, where is Vivi? Anyways,
Nami looked around, scanning the whole casino floor, and that's when they threw their arms up and screamed,
Vivi!
"Vivi,
Ah, Vivi! Crocodile!
crocodile!"
Crocodile!
Hey, Solo said from the distance. Just the manager, some strange characters. Have security take care of them, but don't make a scene. And suddenly, Smoker barged his way through the doors, pushing the security guards to the side. "I got you now, Straw Hat." "Please, sir, government officials aren't allowed." "There's no escape now. This place is surrounded by a lake." "Uh-oh. Dude, it's Smoker Roo." And Luffy and the crew ran as the guards stood ready to stop Luffy and the team. "Just a moment, sir," the guard said. "Please camera dash." And they completely got knocked over by Luffy and the crew like a bunch of bowling pins, and and each guard slammed into the slot machine and caused money to fall out, causing the gambler to scream out and cheer, "Yeah!" Huh? Did I just hit something? "Manager, we have a problem."
Escort them to the VIP room, so don't you worry about it.
"Huh?"
Crocodile's orders. Just do it. Hey, look at that.
Usopp pointed as the chase continued, and they found themselves before a red carpet with the with the casino employees um, bowing down and presenting them to a doorway. "This way, please."
To the VIP room. Ah, is he daring us to attack him?
"The pig's got style." Solo smiled. "Okay, dudes, let's go." And uh, and Smoker and Smoker noticed what was happening. Mm, VIP room. Are they connected to Crocodile somehow? And every single one of them entered through as Luffy screamed out, "With a little luck, I'll get them." Oh, The Smoker says, with a little luck, I'll get them all at the same time. To which Luffy, as he barged through the entrance, says, "What's a VIP room anyway, dudes?" And that's when the gate collapsed on all of them. The sound of the clang silenced them. Luffy and Usopp gripped onto the bars as Zolo crossed his arms, waiting patiently. Nami sat down on the floor, and Smoker leaned up along the wall, taking deep puffs of his cigars. "You are all morons. Don't lump me in with them," Solo said, as Luffy and Usopp remained very, very silent. It suddenly hit them in the head. "That was a clever trap."
Sure fooled us. Ah, we played right into their hands.
Nami got up on her feet and screamed.
How could I not see it, you idiots?
And in their flashback, as they were running down the hall, there was a sign with two arrows pointing in opposite directions. To the left said VIP, to the right said pirates. "Hey, dude, which way do we go?"
The VIP room's to the left.
"Wait, but we're pirates. To the right." Floor. Oh my gosh. Ah, the floor gave way. It's a trap.
No.
I feel so weak, dude.
What's wrong?
Usopp looked in his direction in disgust.
Are you hungry?
Croak, Smoker immediately uh, unsheathed his weapon and looked in Luffy's direction. "Luffy, huh, dude?" Oh! Suddenly he got struck by Smoker's weapon.
Oh, Luffy!
He flew back and slammed into the gate, and the captain lay there nursing his head. As Smoker aimed his blunt weapon at him and took two puffs of his cigars. He then slammed jabbed it into Luffy and pressed it down into his belly. "Ugh, dude!"
You jerk!
Usopp screamed as he made hand gestures to slap him.
All right, if it's a fight you want, I'll fight you, Smoke Dude.
"I helped defeat a human bomb once," he said. He replied. "What's wrong with me, dude? I can't move. It's like the time I fell in the water." "That's right," Smoker said.
What did you do to Luffy, Smokestack?
Usopp screamed out. "The tip of this club has a sea prism stone embedded in it. The mysterious stones found only in one place in the ocean." He looked down as everybody listened on. "All the bars in the jail at Navy headquarters are made of this stuff so that criminals with double fruit powers can't escape. But we still don't understand all of the sea prism stone's properties. But we do know it emits energy identical to the oceans. Think of it as the ocean in solid form." To which Solo replied, "So that's why Luffy's weak, so weak."
So, these bars too?
"If they weren't, I'd be long gone from here, and you'd all be dead." A shadow veiled over Smoker's head as he looked in Nami's direction.
Whoa, hold it. You gonna fight it here? Solo swords won't work. Solo swords won't work here.
Solo slowly unsheathed, and he and someone outside called out,
He's right. Give it a rest.
"Oh, he's right. Give it a rest. Since you're going to die together, you might as well be friends." Wow. The whole entire cage was lowered to Crocodile's chamber, and with his arms crossed as he sat all chill, uh, Smoker immediately looked in his direction. "Crocodile, Oh, you're the mad dog. Just like they say, Smoker. You don't even consider me an ally. And you're right not to. And you're right not to. Don't worry. I'll tell the government that you died bravely fighting the Punish to our hearts. Ha ha ha. It's my guess you're here on your own authority. The world government could trust me completely. They never stick the name on me. Solo was clenched his teeth. So he's one of the seven warlords of the CA. And Nami and Usopp immediately threw their arms up in defeat. As for Luffy, he slowly got his energy back and lifted himself up from the ground. Dude, you're crocodile, and he immediately clutched the gate. Hey, you, fight me! Stop touching the bars! And Usopp screamed as Luffy completely collapsed from the sea stone bars. Ah, you did well to make it this far, Straw Hat. I never thought get to meet you in person, and now that I have, I'm going to kill you. But the guest of honor hasn't arrived yet. I sent my partner to fetch her. He smiled gleefully. Outside, in the city, mm, one of the millions. Hmm? What the? I'm very confused here. Hmm. Okay. You're put up a good fight, princess. One of the millions said, as many of the millions late knocked out, as I expect from one of our former agents. Now give up, ha 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 ha. A cowboy hatted million with a trench coat with the letters BW scrawled on its back aimed his rifle right at her as she sat on the ground in a near state of defensiveness.
I can't die here. I have to get to Grey Dinners,
She thought to herself and growled,
grrr.
and she immediately, oh, suddenly there was a loud kawam as something pierced right through him and blood splurted out. He screamed, "Art!" and collapsed. And Vivi looked up in the air. What the? It was a bird, firing off multiple bullets at every single million. Some of them getting killed, others getting injured.
Ah! Ah!
They screamed, "What the? That bird!" It was a bird indeed, wearing, armed with a Gatling gun somehow, with a headpiece on, wearing a headpiece. It's a falcon! The million screamed, and Vivi smiled. It's a bird armed with machine guns. It's huge. Shoot it down! They started firing as the falcon, as big as an ostrich, swooped in, and Vivi was able to clutch upon its shoulders, and it flew into the air. Ah! It's got the princess! It flew all the way up to the roof and planted her down as it flapped in place. It transformed into Pell. It's good to see you again, Princess Phoebe. Pell! Please wait here a moment while I dispatch these fools forever. Pell? Pell the Falcon? No, not Alabaster's greatest warrior. And Pell immediately transformed into a falcon. Tweet twit, fruit falcon type. You're lucky to see this. Only 5 flying devil fruits are known to exist. And immediately everyone started firing at him. I can't see him, just keep shooting. And they fired and fired as Pell flew at such a high speed and swirled through them and around them and back into the air. And they all flew and tumbled over and screamed, "Ah! Flying claws!" He screamed out. as as he launched back up into the air and slowly landed in the perfect landing as all the millions collapsed on the ground.
I'm safe, but you gotta hurry to where the others are. Good.
Miss Doublefinger said.
This makes things easier.
She put her hands on her hips as she approached the BV.
Miss all Sunday.
Oh, it's Miss All Sunday. Oh, it's Miss All Sunday. Oh, sorry, I got Miss Doublefinger and Miss All Sunday confused. Ah! No, I'm getting bad with names recently.
Amazing. I never seen a man who could fly before. But I wonder if he's stronger than me.
Princess Phoebe, all these people who want to destroy our country, he said. To be continued. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda, Chapter 170, Beginning. After having rescued Vivi from the millions, Pell, standing before the beaten and bruised and obviously corpsed enemies, he looked up as he saw Miss All Sunday stand before Phoebe, ready for a fight.
What a waste. Good henchmen aren't easy to find.
He watched on.
I'd like to invite the princess to our palace. All right with you?
Are you insane? Pell said, as as Phoebe struggled to budge, knowing what may happen if Miss All Sunday attacks. It's out of the question.
Well, here's your answer.
Oh, and Phoebe immediately grabbed her twirling nipples, nipple chain, and flung it at Miss All Sunday.
Here's your answer.
She screamed, only to get for her wrist to get caught by Miss All Sunday.
Oh my. Not very polite for a Princess Miss Wednesday. How could you do that to Igaram?
She looked while holding back her tears, filled with anger.
Igaram? You mean Mr. A?
You
You killed.
you killed Diggerom, he said. Pell said as he listened on.
Upset are we? After all that you did to my henchman? Ah!
She pulled down Phoebe and threw her to the ground.
Don't be silly.
She smiled as she threw her arm right into Phoebe's stomach, and it bulged out from her from the princess's back. She immediately gasped from the pain as Miss All Sunday uh, um, showed not one sign of shock or emotion from her action. Princess Phoebe! Pell screamed out, and he turned into the falcon and launched himself into the air. You witch!
Ha 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 ha!
Miss All Sunday laughed as he stretched her arms out with as Vivi collapsed onto the floor. Turn to Alabaston Sun!
Oh, très fleur.
She, Miss All Sunday said, she crossed her arms in front of her chest and caressed her cheeks. Whoa! Suddenly, her arms, three of them, completely thrusted out of Pell's body. He was shocked and was like, "What?" As the hands interlocked with each other, and immediately closed up his wings, making it difficult for him to fly. He flew past her and started tumbling onto the floor as she smiled.
Pal!
Phoebe said as she coughed. Princess Phoebe, you're all right.
Ha ha ha! Did you think I'd kill her? No.
You witch, what did you just do?
Calm down. I was just playing with you.
She smiled. And, the devil fruit?
That's right. I ate the flower fruit.
And she presented her arms, splitting uh, into threes like an octopus.
It gives me the power to make any part of my body blossom. Impressive, no? I can make my limbs sprout anywhere. You can't escape me.
She placed her hands on her hips as more arms emerged out of her body in multiple directions. Escape? Don't be stupid, Pell said. I'm going to avenge Lord Igaram right here, right now.
Oh, but you'll have to excuse me.
Miss All Sunday smiled as she was ready to turn her attention to Phoebe.
I'd like to play with you a little longer, but I don't have time.
Don't worry, this won't take long. He charged with sword in hand, winding up for a strike.
You still don't understand.
C'est fleur, he said when suddenly hands emerged from his body and gripped his legs and his arms and stretched his head back. Uh,
A submission hold?
Phoebe screamed out as Miss All Sunday forced his whole body down onto the ground.
Power speed. They're useless against me.
She smiled as she immediately flicked her wrist and screamed out,
Clutch.
and blood gushed out of his body in multiple directions. And as he coughed blood out, his body collapsed onto the ground thanks to the help of Miss All Sunday's hands.
Hey, so much for Alabaster's greatest warrior.
She said as Pell's blood poured out of his mouth and nose, completely unconscious.
Pal, it can't be.
Phoebe screamed out.
Well, shall we go? I don't believe it.
Phoebe struggled to comprehend what had happened.
The boss is waiting for you, and so are your friends.
Miss All Sunday said. Meanwhile, back at the casino, at rain dinners in a cage, uh, Luffy, Usopp, wow. Luffy got up out of the ground from his unconsciousness and said, and started, oh no, it's even worse. Luffy's is imitating Sanji and making the face of a smoke. I'm Sanji, dude. Hey, who ate all the meat? Usopp clapped and laughed at Luffy's joke, and Nami immediately punched the two of them, knocking them to the ground.
Ah, stop fooling around.
She screamed as she shook her fist at their faces.
We're in big trouble. What's wrong with you? We can't get out, so we have a lot of time to kill.
Oh, we can't get out, dude, so we have a lot of time to kill.
You should be working in a way out, not killing time.
And she punched Luffy again.
You could get killed in here, and you stop napping.
And she punched Zolo in the head. Morning already. He got up and wiped his eyes.
It's still the same day.
She screamed out. Oh, your spirit, young lady. Crocodile said, catching her attention.
You rat. Enjoy that sense of control while you can. When these guys get out of the cage, they'll kick your butt higher than in the clouds. Alright, Luffy?
Right, dude. He threw his fists up in the air as Nami presented the captain. She's got a great deal of trust in your straw hat, but trust is the most overrated thing in the world. He smiled with his eyes turned in their direction.
That rat making a fool of us. Stop it.
Usopp patted Nami's back to calm her down.
You'll make him mad.
Hmm.
Crocodile.
Well, Miss All Sunday screamed out as she presented. Oh, Vivi screamed out.
Crocodile.
She's standing up at the top staircase. Phoebe, dude.
Phoebe.
Sir Crocodile looked on, took two puffs of the smoke. Ah, oi. Princess Phoebe of Alabasta. Welcome. Or should I call you Miss Wednesday? You did well to get past my assassin to make it this far.
I'd go to the ends of the earth to get you.
She screamed with a scowling eyes and fist shaking.
That's how badly I want you dead, Mr. Zero.
Oh, I won't die, Miss Wednesday, but your miserable kingdom soon will. He smiled without a care in the world, but he veiled in shadow as Phoebe went silent and started running at him with her twirling nipple chains.
If it weren't for you, Alabaster would still be at peace.
Wait, Vivi, dude, open the cage, let us out.
Oh, Phoebe.
Luffy and Nami screamed out as Zolo just laid there very quietly.
Pickaxe, string slasher.
Phoebe screamed out as she flicked her chain at Smoker as he took one long puff. And that was when his head gets struck and exploded to the sound of a kashwak. Whoa, dude, we won! And as the top of the chair fell onto the ground, Smoker said, "It's no use," and it's true. For as Crocodile's body just vanished in a puff of smoke. Ah, happy now, Miss Wednesday. Crocodile said as she stood in shock as he formed right behind her and tied her right arm up with the hook and immediately uh, grabbed uh, grabbed her neck. As princess of the kingdom, you must know about my powers of the sun fruit. How would you like to become a mummy? He said as he slowly started draining her. Oh, sad man. Dude, take your hands off her. I'm gonna kick your butt. He threw her onto the chair uh, as she struggled to get back up, and Crocodile walked away. Sit down and don't glare at me like that. It's almost time for the party to begin. Isn't that right, Miss Olive Sunday?
Yes.
Baroque work. Baroque Works Operation Utopia begins for 7 o'clock and a long day's beginning. To be continued. One Piece by Eiichiro Oda. All right. Um, yeah, this was really good. It got us right to the point. I was very, very, very worried um, that we were going to go through all sorts of crazy shonen style combat, 1v1 combat or something to drag out. Like, for example, I thought we were gonna do five. I thought they were gonna end up with like 5 chapters of like one Baroque works versus one crew member type of situation. Then when Smoker showed up, I thought that it was gonna be a 1v1 fight with Smoker, and we were gonna spend 5 chapters on that. Like I was expecting the chapters to stretch and stretch and stretch, but Oda-san didn't waste time. He got us right to the heart of the whole matter here very quickly, and that's great. It's really great. We start off with finding out what Crocodile is capable of doing, which is when Mr. Three showed up, and it's freaking crazy. It's called the Sand Fruit, and sort of like Igaraki Shigaraki in My Hero Academia. Once he gets his hand on you, he just sucks all the water out of you or something. You become a mummy. And yeah, he dispatched Mr. Three by sending him to the crocodiles and got him fed, which was pretty crazy. I gotta say, that is a pretty crazy thing. That's a whole lot of panels going on here, but just look at how well the mummification process goes. The eyes, the eye sockets, shrivel back, and the eyes look like they're bulging out and everything. It's pretty impressive depiction here, you know. And yeah, this is Baroque Works. It's these numbers. It's their first time they're seeing Crocodile because they never seen Crocodile. They just get the orders and not mess around and everything. It was always that rule: is somebody knows his name, they kill him, or they see him, they kill him. And this is the first time they really seen what he's capable of doing. Excuse me. So yeah, it scared them too, and rightfully so. Rightfully so, you know. That's a very, very scary gum gum fruit. Meanwhile, Luffy, it turns out, is not under control of Golden Week, Miss Golden Week. Instead, he didn't like the logic, the whole plan that Vivi had, which was going to Katoria to to meet up with the rebels and deal with them. He made sense for once. He actually made some logical sense and said, going to Crocus is really the important part, not going to the rebels. Um, Crocus is the problem. He's the issue. Cut the head. You go to the rebels, you're not solving anything. Yeah, because Crocodile. I'm saying Crocus. Crocodile. Crocodile is the one that's is causing the mess. So logically speaking, you just go to Crocodile and you end it there. If people find out the truth about Crocodile, then the whole rebellion will stop. You know what I mean? Like they won't have any thing to do, and we end up with the crazy fight between, surprisingly enough, and holy mackerel, I never thought in a million years that would happen. Luffy punches a woman. He goes in, he punches Vivi, but that's because Vivi punched him first, as you can see here. And yeah, the two of them are fighting each other, which is very interesting. You know, I think that's pretty cool. That the two of them fighting. You know what I'm saying? Because keep in mind, she's a princess also. You don't want to do things like that. You know what I mean? Uh, you know, so seeing that punch being delivered is it's pretty epic. Like you can really see the impact of the hits that her punch and his punch. But he was able to rational. You know, like he called her naive basically. You know, because he actually made a good point. It's the seven warlords of the sea, and he already saw what one of them can do. In fact, in fact, everybody not named Chopper saw what they're capable of doing, the level of power, and yeah, they had to save Zolo on that one. So yeah, Luffy's not that dumb. You know what I mean? He understands that. He doesn't have a problem fighting them. You know what I'm saying? He understands that. But to fight the Warlord of the Sea, you better have a good reason to do it at this point because that was a lesson. I think that was a lesson he learned. Even though he respected Zolo's wish to fight a warlord of the sea, particularly um, Mihawk. Yeah, this is it. We're gonna get a real fight with a warlord. It's not just going to be any ordinary fight. Um, but yeah, she understood. She got the message, and so they decided to head straight for Rain Base, the City of Dreams, and we get to meet uh, Koza. I really hope we ain't getting no kids here. I really hope not. You know how I am. Kids interfere with the story too much. They draw attention away from the main plot way too much. And so I'm just hoping this was temporary, but I don't know. I mean, we got the kid's name and backstory right here in the box saying Kappa Nana Hana. I'm just hoping that. And I gotta say, fighting King, dang, look, that's what it's been doing to them. They're getting shredded to pieces. They're getting shredded to pieces, and that's insane. It's pretty insane. But yeah, they're ready to launch their attack, and then we go to the king. We finally get to meet Chaka and Pell, which interestingly enough is not number one and number two. I thought it would be number one and number two, but it's not Mr. One and Mr. Two. They are their own characters, Chaka and Pell, and the nice a nice debate and everything with the king. Karu made it back. They got the message. They now know what's going on, the whole truth and everything. And I'm still confused as to why his face is like this. Why is his face like this? Why is his face like this? It's so ominous. I mean, I thought this was the good king. If he's a bad guy and if he has anything to do with this whole thing, oh man, that would be crazy. Like if he's in league with Crocodile, oh man. Oh, that would be amazing if he's got anything to do with Crocodile. That'd be a good twist. That'd be a good twist. And I say that because we're so accustomed to seeing this good man, I'm saying, this good king, for the people and everything. But yeah, he could be legit bad. He could be legit bad. I wonder if Princess Vivi's gonna end up joining the crew. That would be cool if everything falls apart. Because who's gonna trust Princess Vivi? You know, since she comes from that family line, and given that she did work with Crocodile, much like how Nami, worked for well, was forced to work with Arlong, but it's still same same difference. They both worked with enemies. One was by force and against her will, Nami. One by choice to try and figure out what's going on, an infiltration mission, if you will. That was Igaram and Vivi. So yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all good. Again, the scaling. I love the scaling. I love the size scaling. They look like little dots against against a whole city that looks like it's a dot in the desert landscape. I love when Oda pulls that off. Yeah, Usopp gave Nami a whole new thing, but but to go back to the panel, I just really love his scaling. He's very good with the scaling, very good. I like his scaling. Just look at he really made the desert look bigger than the city itself, and the city's still nicely detailed and everything. But the fact that he can show how big the desert is in relation to the city, and how big the people are in relation to the desert and the city, it's always great when he does that. I love it. That's one of the things that I love about One Piece is when Oda pulls off that level of scaling. Um, so yeah, Smoker. Everybody arrives. Smoker is at the town. At the rain base. Everybody's there now. Everybody, like Smash Brothers. Everybody is here, and we get one whole big chase scene, which is cool and everything. It's fine. It's fine. But I don't know. I think it could have put a little bit more better. But what's great about this is that it's just a chase scene. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't get like this didn't waste our time. This didn't waste our time whatsoever. It was just run, get to the destination, we made it there, we're done. We're done with this whole group here. It's great. I like that. I like that. Didn't waste our time. Didn't waste our time with a one-on-one showdown with Smoker and Tashigi. Because Zolo's like, nah, screw you. I'm not. I ain't gonna fight you. We're done. The two of us are done. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, yeah, it's just been one long chase through the casino and led to jail, which was pretty hilarious because Smoker also gets caught. What surprised me though, what surprised me was all the way at the end when uh, let's see here. Yeah, yeah, here it is. Because there was no indication, honestly, in the previous chapters. Um, in the previous panels, there was no indication that the whole thing got lowered below, and that was pretty awesome. That they all lowered down. That they all lowered down. Another cool thing, we got ourselves a world build. There's these stones. They're known as the Sea Prism Stones, and it turns out that the Sea Prism Stones is one for one power weakness to Devil Fruit users. Basically, it's kryptonite. To put it simply, it's kryptonite, hands down. It's a kryptonite, and if anybody touches it, yeah, they will collapse. Or in this instance here with Luffy, he's being held down by the sword. Pretty smart of Smoker too to have a sword like that, because he knows that there are double users around. But as he pointed out, he would have escaped already if it wasn't for that fact that The cage was made out of sea prism, and so I like that. That's actually another awesome world build rule there. Everyone's got kryptonite now. Now it's got kryptonite, and everybody's affected by it. It's pretty cool. Pretty simple. And yes, it does affect Smoker as well. If he touches it, he will collapse too, just like them. Uh, so that makes it all the more good because that means that if anybody's got the sea prism stone, yeah. Pal made it to town, caught up, and that's when they have a conversation with Miss All Sunday, who was dispatched to pick him up to get Vivi. So we end up with the little fight, and we find out that she's got her gum fruit of her own, which is pretty freakish, if you ask me. This is like something straight out of Chainsaw Man. This is straight out of Chainsaw Man, the multiple arms. I was and given that it's called the flower fruit, I was expecting her to walk on those hands with the flowers, like that one demon does in Chainsaw Man. Pretty pretty funny if you ask me. But yeah, Karu, no, not Karu. Shoot, Karu somewhere else. Yeah, I think that was it. Was it? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Vivi tried to fight Crocodile but failed, and I think no, she hasn't. Oh yeah, then we find out that yeah, he turns to sand when he gets his head chopped off, and you got Vivi. He got Vivi. This is where we end at with him catching Vivi, ready to drain her of water, but instead he just throws her onto the chair because it was time. It's 7 o'clock, and Utopia is about to begin. So yeah, Utopia is about to begin. Good strong finish, good setup and everything. Um, I'm glad that Oda-san didn't default into every single character has to have a five chapter five chapter arc fight. Just got us right to the meat and potatoes of the whole thing, and so far I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot because not only is it fun, but we don't have to waste time either. Yeah, there we go. I like it. I like it. Very good. Very good. Good set of chapters. Comment, like, subscribe, follow. You know you want to. And head on over to Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man, a Strange Fantasy novel written by me. You'll find links to the book down below in the description, along with links to other merch such as pins, stickers, music, t-shirts. Um, Please enjoy the products and thank you for your patronage. And if you want, you could join me in my live multi stream on Twitch and Kick every Monday through Thursday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to hanging out with you. So until the next set of chapters, thank you all for joining me, and I wish you all a good night, a buenas noches, and hoy se sai.